Today I'm in Puyallup, Washington, which I think is how you're supposed to pronounce it. We're at a fairgrounds. We're doing the Washington State Gaming Expo. Not sure there's gonna be a lot of video games here, but I'm sure we can find something. So let's see what's out there. We just got all set up. Got David helping.
Yeah, all weekend.
It's a 3-day show, and there's not much going on just yet, but we're set up right by all the voice actors. It's gonna be pretty cool. We got the Sonic guys right here. You ready?
I'm ready. We'll see.
Opens in about an hour and a half. Hopefully I can find one thing that I need during the whole show. So it's obviously not open yet, and there's like no vendors here. Like a lot of people haven't even set up yet, but this one's pretty cool. The booth that is right next to us is there's two booths next to us that have video games, and they both, I think, have boxed Super Nintendo games. Oh, there's some video games here, but I'm not sure they're gonna have anything we need. I'm just, like I said, hoping to find at least one thing, which is gonna be difficult because we're getting pretty close to finishing the set, but maybe we'll get something today that's not Super Nintendo. A couple more video game vendors here. Seeing a couple things at least.
Back up. You never know. Yeah.
These aren't ones that we need, but this is in really nice condition. This one's super clean. And Lion King. Our booth is right on the other side of this, and this guy's not here yet, but he does have the Super Nintendo control set with the Zelda bundle. Looks pretty good aside from this rip here. But we do already have that in the collection. But in his little cabinets over here, he's got some more boxed games. Looks like there's a back row as well, which I cannot see, but at least looking at the front here, there's nothing that we need. But you never know, there could be anything back there. I see Zelda, I see, what is that? Combat Tribes, Legend, Alien vs. Predator. We'll definitely have to come back and look once he is here. He got the rest of the stuff out here, but good things. It's nothing that's on the list, unfortunately. We did see these ones already, so this is what must have been behind. And he's got more in the glass case here. Mega Man 7 is awesome to see, but we picked that one up a while ago. Awesome games. Wish that, wish I needed more, but we're gonna have to keep looking. Before we get too far into this video, I do have 3 games to show you guys that I actually got before coming to this convention, and we are starting off this video with some bangers. So we have a customer who's been coming to our store, and he's been trading in all sorts of crazy stuff, and he actually brought in 3 games that I needed. I think he knew that these were on my list. I know 2 of them for sure he knew, and he brought them specifically because he wanted me to have them in the collection. First one is nothing too special, but it is the Sporting News Baseball. One of the cheaper games that we still needed, just haven't seen it in the box up until now, so finally glad to knock that one off the list. The other 2 here are very, very special though. This next one is actually the most expensive of the 3, but I think the last one I'll show is way harder to find. That is Zero, the Kamikaze Squirrel. I passed on this game once in the SNES Quest. I think it might have been the 2nd episode. It was at Southeast Gaming Exchange. I saw one of them there. But I think the price was just a little bit too high for me, so got this one. So thank you, Michael, for bringing that to the store. The last one though, this one he definitely talked to me about. He's like, I know you need this one. It's super, super hard to find. And he got some sort of condition upgrade, so he was getting rid of this copy. And this is one that I also passed on at the Southeast Game Exchange because the condition was absolutely horrible. The price was pretty good, but condition was just too bad. This one is in excellent condition, and that is Rex Ronan Experimental Surgeon. Cannot believe that I actually got this one, and in good shape too, so shout out to Michael, you are awesome. Final Fantasy II, and then they have these. I got excited because we need 2 Star Trek games, but this is the one that we already have. So close. Kevin here has some awesome cartridges. Earthbound, SWAT Cats, Wild Guns, and then a couple boxed as well. Secret of Mana also. Keep looking though. Lots of awesome GameCube games though. So our booth right here is right across from all of the voice actors, which is gonna be pretty cool. Hopefully this is a little busy aisle right here. make some good sales, spend some of the money on more video games like we always do. This is GameBound's booth. Been to their store a few times. Still has this one. It's been on our list.
Are we making a deal?
I don't know. This one's been on the list for a long time. This is the only one that we've seen in person. Looked at it at your store before.
Too bad it wasn't there, and then we didn't have the magnet, but we'll see.
Can you open it up?
Yeah, let's go.
And then they got...
I don't recall if this is complete or not. Complete? Oh, it is complete.
It is.
It is complete. Yeah.
Manual looks pretty good. So does the cartridge. Dang. I was hoping we would find at least one game that I needed at the show, and this might be the one. We'll have to see though. We'll have to see. I can't just buy something right at the beginning. Gotta wait.
Hey.
You never know.
You wait, you know what happens, right?
I had to get something for Abby, and this is what we got. She's going to love it.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. David Wise and Grant Kirkhope, come on!
Here is my first pickup of the show. The composers here for Banjo and Diddy Kong, or well, Diddy Kong also, but Donkey Kong Country are here. So had to get this one signed. Spiral Mountain, iconic song. Also the aquatic theme. Got that one signed as well to me because these are never gonna be for sale. I'm gonna get these all framed. And then of course, had to get the Donkey Kong Country poster signed by all three. This guy was the graphic designer. He also invented Diddy Kong. He's the creator of Diddy Kong. And then I got the other two guys as well, the composers that worked on the games. This is awesome. These are all getting framed and will be hung up in the game room for sure. For those that do not know, Ariel and Colton are two of my employees at Double Jump who couldn't make it to this show, unfortunately, because they're working at the store. Ariel and Colton, I wish that you guys were here. Sorry that you couldn't make it.
Yeah, I'm sorry too. Where are you, Ariel and Colton? I'm Sonic the Hedgehog. Who are you?
I'm Shadow the Hedgehog. I'm also looking for Ariel and Colton. Ariel? Colton? No one. Where could you be?
I hope you're very jealous that you're not here and we're here, just chilling here in Washington State. Are you even in Washington? Are Ariel and Colton in Washington?
They are, but they're a couple hours south from here.
No excuses.
Wow, you're being very aggro.
Well, that's right, but I was given instruction to be very aggro. So, I'm sort of kidding, but it would be great to see you, Ariel and Colton.
I agree, because Ariel and Colton, you are the ultimate life forms. Chaos control.
And remember, never use Formula One race cars when chasing hedgehogs. Got it?
So unfortunately, there's not a lot of video game vendors here. There's a few, but it's mostly like toys, board games, card games, tabletop games, stuff like that. So this is the second year that they have done this show, but this is the first one that I've been to. We were hearing that last year was a little bit more packed, but still a good show. David had to get something signed too.
I did.
You guys probably recognize this dude. I recognize him from 24. I'm sure a lot of people
24,
would.
some older movies, yeah.
Bam.
General Shepherd.
So cool. We're just about wrapped up with day 1 of 3. We got about 20 minutes left. Honestly, this should have ended like 3 hours ago. It's been really, really slow. But we just made another $68 sale right here at the end, so that's kind of cool. But we had some customers stop by the booth earlier, and he pulled out, he was like, are you buying stuff? And we're like, not really, we're just trying to sell. But then, for whatever reason, he decided to pull out the stuff to show me anyway, and it was like the craziest stuff. It was all NES, and it was mostly complete in box and factory sealed, and it was like rare games, like sealed Princess Tomato, sealed Dragon Fighter, complete in box Mighty Final Fight, complete in box Wayne's World, sealed Kirby's Adventure, sealed Wario's Woods. It was crazy, crazy stuff. And I asked if he had any Super Nintendo, and he said yes. I emailed him my list. They walked around and like compared what they have. He said tomorrow he's bringing a good chunk of the games that I still need for my collection. Now, that doesn't mean that I'm going to get them all or purchase them all, because that'd be very, very expensive, but I'm excited to see what he brings. I didn't ask him what they were, so it's going to be a surprise. I'm gonna film him as he takes them out. Hopefully I can convince, he already said he'll be on camera, so I'm gonna try to tell him, take them out one at a time and let me film them, and it'll be a surprise for me and you guys at the same time. That'll be super fun. But in about 20 minutes, David's gonna have sushi for the first time. And he likes it. Good.
Yeah.
I needed to pop back in one more time to show you guys some more stuff that I added to the Super Nintendo collection. These aren't necessarily games that are, you know, counted towards the actual set, but they are new games I'm adding. First one is the new Super Mario Land, which is a like homebrew ROM hack kind of thing. I actually had the loose cartridge of this that I got somewhere, and then Luis from Retro Gamer Brazil actually gave this to me as a gift, so I'm replacing that one, replacing the open one with that. I also picked up two other like new releases or homebrews. We have Rendering Ranger R2. This is from Limited Run, very interesting. I also picked up this one, it's something King of Demons, I can't remember the exact name. But that one also just got traded into my store. And then the other ones here you guys have probably seen. These were pretty like big retro gaming news a few years ago. We have the Street Fighter 2, I think it's called like the Anniversary cartridge. And then we also have the Earthworm Jim 1 and 2. And those were both officially licensed and re-released. So pretty cool stuff. They don't count towards the full set of games, but they are additions to my Super Nintendo collection. So I wanted to make sure that I showed them to you guys. Anytime we go to a convention like this, we see a lot of the same type of stuff. Obviously, we're looking specifically for Super Nintendo games, but very often when we do find boxed Super Nintendo, it's always like the same like 30 or 40 games. Every now and then we'll find one that's a little bit more rare or more uncommon, but we do end up looking at a lot of the same stuff. I have to apologize for that, because obviously this video is about hunting for Super Nintendo, and every single video we're seeing a Super Scope, or we're seeing a boxed console, or we're seeing something like Mario All-Stars or Donkey Kong Country, but I'm looking for the hard stuff to find. I'm here with Malik, Rael, and you brought some stuff. We were talking yesterday, and showed him my list of Super Nintendo games that we still need, and brought some stuff.
We did. All right, item number one.
I haven't seen them yet, so he's gonna pull them out, reveal them to you and me at the same time. Nice. Star Trek. It's in great condition too.
Crisp box.
Heck yeah. All right. The other Star Trek. I needed these two. There's 3 of them. I had one. These are the 2 I didn't have.
Perfect.
All right. Also pretty good. Oh, Brutal. Paws of Fury. Also very nice condition. Are these all complete?
Yes.
Awesome. Ooh, this is a big one. Well, it's hard to find. Snow White, Happily Ever After. Even to find a loose cartridge of this is not super easy. I've only seen a few.
That's so interesting.
All right, this box isn't as nice. Sorry, but it is complete.
Oscar. This one's really hard to find. Yeah, a little crunchy, but that's all right.
I really like the art on this one.
Oh, Incantation. This is a big one. Dang. That's awesome. Ooh, King Arthur and the Knights of Justice. That one is also in really nice shape. Dang. Oh my god. Nosferatu. David likes that one.
Absolutely.
Classic.
Did you put them in a specific order?
Yeah.
Oh my God, what's last? If it's 3 ninjas?
Oh, dude, I wish it was.
Okay, still, Sonic Blast Man 2. Oh my gosh. Did you price all these out?
I thought I saved the best for last, but you'll have to tell me.
Oh God. Final Fight guy. Man, this is crazy. So when you came yesterday, I don't think we filmed anything, right?
No,
but you had a bunch of NES games, and like half of them were sealed.
Yeah, I brought some unsealed stuff if you want to look at it.
Okay. I was kind of scared when you were talking about having some of these. I was like, oh my God, are they going to be sealed? So I'm glad that they were not.
I'm back. Sorry.
Hey.
I'm also looking for Switch games.
Yeah, we can move over.
I did have a couple of the on your list, but they were sealed, so I didn't bring them.
Okay.
Because I didn't think you'd want them.
Well, which ones? I'm just curious.
What was it? I have to look at the list again.
Okay. I actually have this game. I just need the plastic tray. But I imagine you're not going to want to separate that.
No.
Well,
You wouldn't happen to have Clay Fighter's Director's Cut manual? Because that's what I need.
No.
Didn't think so. It's so specific.
I have my personal one.
Right.
But I don't have one.
I've got the box. I've got the cart. Just needs the manual.
That's going to be a hard one to find.
I know.
We'll talk about these off camera. We'll
Sure.
see what kind of deal we can come to and then let you guys know. All right, so after long deliberation and going over stuff, we have come to a deal. So right now, I am adding these 10 Super Nintendo games to the collection. Thank you guys so much. Some
Glad to
really
help out.
hard to find games in here, and some Virtual Boy games, which are also pretty rare, and the Virtual Boy playing cards. So
cool.
with these 10, it brings my remaining total down to 25,
Yes.
which is awesome.
That is so cool.
While there's only 10 games here out of the 35 that we need, this was half of the value of the remaining games we needed. So that's pretty awesome. And then we agreed on doing a big chunk of cash. They're getting all of these, and they have another $3,400 in store credit to spend. They're gonna come down and check out the shop.
Heck yeah. I've been looking forward to check your shop out too.
Heck yeah.
I'm excited to see your store now and then the expansion later.
Yeah.
That's really cool. I can't
gonna
believe you're
be
doubling
good.
the space.
That's so good. That's
amazing.
happy for you.
Well, thank you guys
That's
so
cool.
much.
Absolutely,
This
Cooper.
is an amazing
Thank you.
trade.
Nice to meet you.
So happy.
Hopefully this is
awesome.
the beginning of many more deals and business out on
Heck
the
yeah.
road. So yes.
Definitely. Thank you
Definitely
guys.
appreciate it.
So Malik has since come to my game store to not only spend his store credit, but he brought some more stuff to trade, and he actually brought me the instruction manual for Nosferatu, which it wasn't included the first time when I got the stuff from him. So he actually had a second copy that he was not planning on getting rid of, and he pulled the manual from that one to give to me because I had mentioned that it wasn't in there. He said he might also have the poster, and if he does, he's going to bring it to me next time he comes in. I actually just unexpectedly got another game from my collection. It's not Super Nintendo, but Die Hard. Another vendor had a customer back where he's from in Montana that was looking for Clock Tower 2. We happened to have that factory sealed one that we've had at the store forever, and he offered partial trade, partial cash, so I got Die Hard CIB and $100 in trade for Clock Tower 2. When Malik came to the store to do our secondary transaction, not only did he bring me the Nosferatu manual, he actually brought me one more game off of the list, but it's a factory sealed copy. Luckily, the price wasn't crazy, so I decided to get it anyway, and it's Wayne Gretzky and the NHLPA All-Stars. So that is one more off the list. Some more common, cheaper Super Nintendo games in here. And then they do have some more up here as well. Chrono Trigger, Secret of Mana. There's that Shien's Revenge we've been looking at. A few more here as well. Some good titles. But the only one we need is the Shien's Revenge, but conditions just, I think, a little too rough for me. I think we're gonna have to pass on that one. We do still need a couple cartridges. Need Booger Man, Kid Clown in Crazy World, or whatever it's called, Crazy Chase. Mr. Nuts, which is probably not going to be in here. And a couple more, but I have not seen the few that we need so far. So what do you say we try out some of the games we got in this video? I've picked out 4 games that I think look kind of cool, so let's check them out. Nosferatu is a pretty hard to find game for the Super Nintendo, even just a loose cartridge, so I was excited to actually add this to the collection and be able to play it, and I was impressed with the visual opening scene. It almost reminded me of PS1 graphics until you obviously get into the game, and unfortunately that's where the positive things I can say kind of end. It does have this cool, creepy aspect to it. Obviously it's about, vampire and stuff, but it's very, very clunky. The controls do not feel very good. It's kind of hard to describe, but it feels like they only work 1 out of every 2 presses of the buttons. Very unusual. A lot of the enemies that I encountered as well don't seem like they even try to attack you. You can just walk by them. I ended up getting to the second part of the first level, and I encountered this wall that had this little spot that it looks like you could crawl under it. No combination of any buttons would allow me to do anything. And unfortunately, the game otherwise wasn't fun enough for me to want to try to look it up to continue on, so I'm going to just move on to the next game. Brutal Paws of Fury is a standard fighting game similar to Street Fighter or Mortal Kombat. This one, it seemed very interesting when I first started because it allowed me to put in my own custom character name. I got to pick my character from a variety of different ones, and it looked like I was going to be able to progress maybe through the belt system and, face tougher and tougher enemies. And unfortunately, I tried twice to beat the very first guy, and I couldn't beat him a single time. It's one of those games where it's best 2 out of 3, and I couldn't even win a single round both times that I tried. Obviously, I don't know the game very well. I just had started it. I don't know any of the button combinations or anything like that. It seems decent. The controls are responsive, but I'm not big into fighting games to begin with. So, there's not really much else that I can say about it. Graphics look all right, music's good, but this is probably not the type of game that I personally will come back to play again. Brutal Paws of Fury is a standard fighting game similar to Street Fighter or Mortal Kombat. This one, it seemed very interesting when I first started because it allowed me to put in my own custom character name. I got to pick my character from a variety of different ones, and it looked like I was going to be able to progress maybe through the belt system and, face tougher and tougher enemies. And unfortunately, I tried twice to beat the very first guy, and I couldn't beat him a single time. It's one of those games where it's best 2 out of 3, and I couldn't even win a single round both times that I tried. Obviously, I don't know the game very well. I just had started it. I don't know any of the button combinations or anything like that. It seems decent. The controls are responsive, but I'm not big into fighting games to begin with. So, there's not really much else that I can say about it. Graphics look all right, music's good, but this is probably not the type of game that I personally will come back to play again. You guys know what it's time for now. Imagine if the Magic School Bus combined with a anti-smoking commercial. That's what this game is. This is one of the few medical educational style games that were released on the Super Nintendo. Very unique and interesting, but unfortunately, as you can probably guess, the game is not that good. The controls are pretty responsive. You can shoot almost as fast as you can, press the button. The only problem is that all of these enemies, especially once you get a little bit later into it, every time you get hit, you fall down. And the enemies shooting patterns can be so quick that you can't really do anything about it. You just keep getting hit and you have to kind of just run away or try to duck or jump over them. It's very annoying. But unfortunately, outside of all of the interesting stuff about the game, it's just not very fun, which kind of sucks because usually when I grab a couple games off the shelf and I play them, I usually find 1 or 2 that I really enjoy. This one is not one of them, definitely not. And hopefully the last one that we're checking out will be. All right, this is what I'm talking about. This game is f***ing good. Oh my gosh, Capcom really knew how to make really awesome arcade, like side-scrolling beat 'em up games. Final Fight guy is amazing. I love beat 'em up games. I love Turtles in Time, the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers game. They're all so good. This one is really, really awesome. I really enjoyed playing this. I love the character designs. They all have different names. They all have these like cool like color schemes and everything like that. They're different sizes. Some of the guys are bigger. There's some weapons involved. There's items you can pick up to like regain health and stuff like that. Looks like maybe some just collectible type stuff as well. This is a really, really fun game, guys. I really enjoyed this one. Super glad that this is one of the ones I picked out to play. This game is extremely expensive, so if you want to play this, it's probably best to emulate it or, you know, just play one of the other Final Fight games on the Super Nintendo because the other ones are much cheaper. But yeah, definitely one that I would recommend, especially if you are into beat 'em ups. Controls are super responsive. I love the music. I love the colors. Everything about it is just great. Well guys, I didn't expect this to be the best SNES Quest video ever since there's barely any video games here, but this was amazing. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.